Welcome back, ladies and gents. Welcome back. We are post The Beat Don't Stop on TV1, ladies and gentlemen, a documentary about go-go, the culture, the history. Um, First things first, rest in peace to Maisha Rashad, Maisha of Maisha and the Hip Huggers. It was amazing to see you in that documentary giving your transparent view of things. You looked so beautiful, so vibrant, and so full of life, and so excited about the culture. I pray that that same love and excitement continues to be passed down for generation to generation. You were definitely a light in the documentary. Also, shout out to Bo Sampson. Talking to you up until Thursday or Friday. You told me you guys were still editing, still putting footage in, still removing footage. Amazing job. Amazing job. You jam-packed a whole lot of history and knowledge, emotion. You just captured a lot of the movement that was go-go. A lot of things were learned. To see that no go-go, only hand dance music allowed sign really made me feel some type of way. Especially with the racial tensions that we have going on right now and the confusion that's taking place in the city. I feel like with gentrification and the dynamic in the city changing from it being a 80-20 to now not even a 60-40, I believe. It was kind of disheartening because I feel like there's a possibility that things could possibly shift back in that direction. That's why we've been banging unity in the community, man. That's why we've been saying unity, moving numbers, get your business right. Like, pay attention to what you're doing. Be thankful for the venues we have. Remind your crowd to be respectful of the venues. Go home safely. Like, it was amazing. What'd you think about it, G?
Listen, I'm going to watch it a second time just to make sure there was things that I didn't miss.
I think it's super dope that it'll also be airing on Wednesday, guys, at 9 o'clock. They're doing an unsung DC edition. The Beat Don't Stop will be airing again, ladies and gentlemen, which I think is super dope. If you guys missed it, I hate to say this, but it is running right now on TV1. But you really shouldn't go there until 10:30. Or just wait till Wednesday to watch it with the rest of the nation who missed it tonight.
Well, if you have on demand, you can always just wait.
If they're subscribed to that channel, though.
Yeah. I mean, if you have Comcast, it just comes with your subscription. I mean, it comes with your cable. But if you have DirecTV, I think you have to pay for that, don't you?
I don't know how TV1 is done. I know that most African American channels come with a certain subscription package.
Well, I know.
It's not considered standard cable.
Xfinity, it was for me.
Depends.
I didn't have to subscribe.
Depends on which area you're in.
Oh, well.
Also.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a thing? Oh. Sorry.
I think one of the things that they also hit on was it being the heartbeat of the city. And with this being one of the free places just above the Mason-Dixon, and with drums being used as an African tool to communicate, and with it being labeled or titled jungle music.
What? No.
Yeah, you missed that part.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Yeah. Being titled or called jungle music by our own people. Ouch, guys. Pretty damn racist. And disrespectful. Blatantly ignorant. I don't know how to nicely put it. Donnell gave a lot of great knowledge. Sugar Bear, who is a living legend himself.
Absolutely.
Opened up a whole lot. It was good to see Go-Go Mickey speak. And of course, it was awesome to hear G say on the documentary a lot of things he said when he was here in the studio with us. I knew it was genuine. I knew it was real. I knew it was honest. I think it was. I think it was overall a pretty damn good presentation.
It really was.
For someone who doesn't really have too much knowledge of go-go or venues, they gave you a rundown of a lot of venues.
They absolutely did.
G told the story of sneaking into the black hole and just wanting to play in the black hole here when he was on the show, and it was reiterated on the special. Also, Go-Go Mickey was like, I remember when G was trying to sneak into the black hole. All he wanted to do was play in a band. Like, I thought that was amazing. And of course, throughout the entire documentary, shout out to the Wizard. Shout out to your influence on the culture. I saw Love DC Go-Go. I saw Mitch Craft everywhere. And it is definitely a representation not only of the culture, but of his genuine love for the culture. Anytime you put your heart, soul, and blood into a specific, like this is specific, like
Right.
this is not like general, this is specific. It's about a sound, it is about a movement, it is about the heart of the city. Like, shout out to Montu. It was great to see your influence throughout the whole culture.
She said it before I could say it.
It was great.
Yeah.
A lot of conversation about Chuck, which I think was really dope. I think
Absolutely.
that they highlighted exactly who and what he was to the culture. Shout out to Big Tony too.
He looked good.
Shout out to Big Tony.
He was looking
Pretty good interview.
Yeah.
You did really, really well. I loved his genuineness. I love the fact that he was very, very, very firm with Go-Go ain't going nowhere.
Man,
Like,
he ain't going nowhere. Go-Go is not dying.
shout out to Chris from TOB who made sure that he stamped exactly what bounce beat is, where it came from. Shout out also to, and rest in peace to Reggie Polo from TCB. I do agree with G. I do not feel like he has been given the accolades or honors that he should have been given, because if you look at it, he started something that is still continuing, and he is long gone, unfortunately, but it's still thriving, it's still predominant, it's still, for lack of better wording, turning out new generations, like with no problem. We were having an interesting discussion about it, and you feel like it's, what would you call, what would you classify Bounce Beat as and Go-Go?
Bounce Beat and Go-Go is like the heavy metal. Like heavy metal rock band. It's like that's the sound, that's the
drive, the passion,
the power, the hardness of it. It's like the heavy metal of Go-Go. And I didn't like when someone classified Backyard as pop rock of Go-Go. I didn't get that. But hey, to each his own.
I feel like part of the problem with Go-Go is that everybody is trying to box somebody into a certain area. Now, it's different with the grown and sexy bands because they know that's what they are, that's what they want to be,
Right.
that is where they want to be.
That's their target. Right.
But there are some bands, prime example, New Impressions, can do everything.
Everything.
They can do everything. There are plenty of versatile bands that can do everything from originals to traditional go-go to bounce beat and take it right back to the top and still crank with no problem. It was good to see a lot of footage of RE. It was good to see a lot of footage with RE. I'm honestly curious to see what's going to happen with this September show. This reunion show that was supposed to be taking place. I want to see how COVID-19 is affecting it. I want to see what's going to happen with it next. I feel like that would be another very pivotal and great moment in go-go that I feel like needs to happen. I feel like right now, while the iron is hot, there's so many of y'all that should be in the studio creating. Should have been in the studio creating. You knew this documentary was coming. We have been shut down for a long time now. Like,
I wonder how many of them have watched it.
I know I got hit up by a few people asking me what channel it was on. So, I would love to see their ratings numbers, especially with them running it back to back.
Yeah, I mean in go-go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people in go-go hit me up asking me what channel it was on. Yeah, so I hope that a lot of y'all sat down and watched it. I feel like it's a good piece of footage. It's a great combination not only of knowledge but of emotion and of a view of the city from all levels. To have journalists speak on go-go as if it's theirs, like
right.
They're that passionate about it. It speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all who did not know, Trouble Funk, like I said last week, is one of the most sampled bands of all time. Download We Sample, and you'll be surprised who influenced a lot of these hits that you guys think are so amazing. It's a lot of go-go influence in a lot of different genres of music. You guys should really research it. Learn it for yourself. Download We Sample.
Thank you, Bo Sample, for it.
Download it. Get you some knowledge. Learn a few things. The other part that I'm very interested in.
Do tell.
Oh, it's coming out right now. So, I heard a lot of mention of the Don't Mute DC movement, which we no longer hear mentioned anymore. That hashtag is not used anymore. The new hashtag is, Make Go-Go Forever? So, I'm interested to know why that pivotal transition in hashtag and branding wasn't discussed in this documentary. I'm very curious, because I feel like that's a piece of knowledge that some people may want or need to know so that they can understand exactly which movement we're really driving and pushing. Or are we driving and pushing both? Which direction is this really going in right now? Like, is it a split? Like, what's taking place? Yeah, I said it. Angela, Ron, Tone P. I mean, one of y'all hit me up and give me some answers. I would love to have them. You know, just for journalists' sake and for a historian's sake, I think it would be pretty awesome to have a discussion about it.
To get some clarity?
Definitely need some damn clarity.
Yeah.
Because I need to know who I'm promoting and pushing. Who am I pushing?
Right.
Who am I promoting? For those of y'all who don't know, well, no one knows. Ooh, this is the them damn fans exclusive.
Might be exclusive to me too.
This is a them damn fans exclusive. We have a flyer dropping tomorrow. Our guest next week in the studio, live interview. I'm super duper excited. We as them damn fans are gonna work on bridging this gap between traditional and old school and bounce.
Do tell.
Y'all stay tuned for that midday drop tomorrow. The Patty and me won't talk about it, but that flyer is fire.
She Patty.
I would drop the mic, but it's clipped to my shirt, and y'all need to be able to hear me talk. I'm super duper excited about this interview coming up. I really am. But I can't wait to rewatch The Beat Don't Stop on Wednesday.
Right.
There's a few things I took some notes on mentally, but I want to sit down with my ink pen and write some things out.
Okay.
Because there's some things I'm trying to learn and understand. There were a lot of great mentions about a lot of great bands, but there were some bands that weren't mentioned.
That weren't mentioned.
But Bo did tell us that it was an enormous amount of footage, and it had to be, of course, edited down
Right.
into a piece that was workable and doable
And in
and,
the time
conducive
slot.
to the growth for the culture. But I'm praying that the numbers did well enough that we can get a part two.
That would be awesome.
And
And what about that series he was talking about?
I don't know if I'm ready for a series yet.
Really?
No, I don't think we're ready for that yet.
We're not?
Series takes time. No, we're not. Series take time. It takes development. It takes editorial. Series don't happen overnight. But if he still has enough footage from this first documentary, I believe that he could do a part two without too many problems.
But you also gotta remember when they do series, they're always filmed ahead of time, but they're not filmed the same day that they aired. So
But it still takes developmental time to put the series together, because you have to start out with enough information and knowledge in that area, and you have to build your characters to a certain point by the end of your first season for your second season to even being necessary. That takes time, it takes effort, it takes collaboration, it takes patience. It's like a whole process. Like, you could write an amazing show to you and take it to a station or the editors, and they like, what is this shit here? It's a waste of my time. It's not coherent. It doesn't flow. It's not going to hold the viewer's attention. I'm not going to waste my time, effort, or energy on it. But I feel like while he has everybody's eyes on the culture, if you have enough footage, like maybe drop some excerpts or maybe drop a second part of this documentary. Hopefully you guys told a friend to tune on in. But for a series, that would be dope, but it would take some development, which means time. And with this being an instant era, we're impatient.
I'm slightly impatient. I'm not totally impatient. I'm slightly.
Ladies and gentlemen. But shout out to everyone who tuned in, who chimed in, who watched. Definitely, again, special thank you to Kathy Hughes and TV One for giving us the platform. Hearing her speak about the culture and her need for WOL, and her feeling like she needed to be a champion for this cause because she knew and understood how much it meant to this area, not only as a sound, but as a culture, as a movement, as a place to get out and relax and let your hair down and express yourself, meant everything. Like, it was a beautiful thing, because it's like somebody gets it. Somebody understands what this really means to us. Like, we were talking about hearing them say they shut down Pennsylvania Avenue and Minnesota Avenue because people were walking to the go-go. Like, I really need to go back and watch this because I need a better understanding of what it is that I saw. And then to see and hear the devastation when Chuck passed, and to hear, well, it took the breath, the air out of the lungs of the go-go community. I think that was a very accurate description and depiction of what actually took place.
Right.
Because, of course, it's not going to stop, but what's next is the question. And I feel like that's what we're going to leave it tonight. What's next, Go-Go?
What's next?
What's next? You
What
heard,
y'all gonna do?
you heard them say that our problem is we don't have song structure. They hear a lot of chants. They hear a lot of call and response. If you watched and you paid attention and you are a member of a band, a manager, a developer, an artist developer, you heard what they said we're lacking and what we need.
Donnell wrote a lot of his songs. That's what he said.
He said he wrote the most. Let's be clear.
The most. I'm sorry.
He wrote the most. Let's be clear.
Sorry for misquoting.
D. Floyd
D. Floyd.
said he wrote the most.
He did. I apologize for misquoting.
we go say what he said the way he said it. I feel like I wrote the most.
He did say that.
So my thing is, at this point, if originality is what we need, if song structure is what we're lacking, it was just said in front of the world. I feel like that's a challenge for you to get off your ass, get on your shit, and make it happen. I mean, that was just like a smack in the face if you thought you were being accountable and you haven't been. You want to grow your brand? Original content that is owned by you, that you can get the rights and royalties to. Otherwise, this is just a hobby for you. And if you continue with a hobby mentality, you're only going to get hobby results out of something that is amazing and monumental. What made you fall in love with go-go? Tap back into it. Utilize that superpower.
Da-da-da-da.
This is music that no other place can produce.
They try.
They water it down.
They do.
They, as Dougie Fresh said, people can't take it. It's too pure. It's too raw.
That's what my thing said.
Let's figure out a way to give the world what they want. We're in an era where every damn thing else is very potent and not watered down and very raw and visual. I think it's time we take advantage. What do you think?
Take advantage. Grab that bull by the horns.
I mean, you got TV One's attention, and they're right here in the heart of the city. Good morning. Do you see that light bulb going off? We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to our pre and post show of The Beat Don't Stop, a TV One series. Well, not series, documentary. You got me saying.
Speaking into existence.
No, I don't. I'm not. We're not ready for a series. We're not. It takes development.
I want to see a series.
I would love one too with some proper development, so it is not the ghetto-fied music, as people call it. I don't think that, no disrespect, a lot of these reality shows portray the people on the shows in a positive light, and we don't need anything else negative around our culture. That's why I said it would take development.
Maybe that's one discussion we can have, because I'm trying to figure out why is go-go considered ghetto-fied or whatever, but, you know, Jamaica has reggae. Mm-hmm. Baltimore has house music. Mm-hmm. Why isn't any of that, like, ghetto-fied?
I don't know how many people you see dancing naked on a house set. I don't.
Okay, but what about reggae?
Okay, that's a part of their culture. That wasn't a part of our culture.
Go-go is a part of our culture.
Yeah, but do you go to what was formerly the Capitol Center and see people dancing naked on stage for anybody else other than go-go?
In reggae, you might as well.
It wasn't that many reggae people coming, that many reggae artists coming during that go-go era of Go-Go Live.
No, I don't recall, because I wasn't that into go-go.
You see how she's trying to slide
I
out
wasn't that into reggae.
But there weren't too many other genres where there was a fight or a stabbing or a shooting from neighborhood beefs or people dancing naked or people coming in looking one way and leaving out looking totally different, or it being a rack of scuffles and a rack of fights. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that wouldn't be our concentration anyway. What I'm saying to you is this is why this area and these people consider it this way. There are certain forms of reggae that they consider ghetto forms of reggae as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't do a whole lot of winding a long time ago. You were considered loose. The loose scale wine were all boy. Loose. Just saying.
No, keep your Jamaican accent too.
But I mean, I can keep it to myself, but I'm just telling you the way they looked at it.
It
It doesn't have to be great, but I know the history of both music, so I mean, it, you can feel how you want to feel. It's the truth and the honesty and everything I said. Thank you guys for tuning in. And for those of y'all who did tune in to TV One, we'd like to thank you so much for the support of the culture, because it's bigger than what we do right here in these damn stands. It's about a culture. It's about a movement. It's about a way of life. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Shout out to the wizard himself, Montu. Make sure you go to www.crankrock.com. Get yourself fresh. Get yourself fly. Get you some of this Love DC Go-Go attire. As always, thank you to ABX, our tech guys, our support team, for making sure we got everything on and popping tonight. Y'all be easy. Have a great week. Stay tuned. Flyer and possible footage dropping soon. Good night, guys.
Say what? I had one too many drinks. This is how we get down. That's where they are. Say what? I had one too many drinks. To all my ladies in the place with Nelly Great. To all my ladies in the place with Nelly Great. Allow me to lay the lyrical pussy for your bushes. You rock things to make moves with all the mommies. Back at the club, the river where it's where you find me. Back at the club and your whole crew behind me. Bag resting ass here, glass in, music blasting. Hey yo, we just ain't with because one of these honeys Kendall got to creep with. Sleep with, keep it easy secret. Why not? I go off my spot cause we both got hot. Check it. I got my Mac and Greg, get in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, you got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy, I got mad friends with busy. No kind of layers, true fucking players. Up in the rover and come over, tell your friend jump in the GS3. I got the chronic crowd of three. I love the way you call me Big Pop. Put your hands in the AR if you a true player. I love the way you call me Big Pop. All my hunters making money, being balanced like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Pop. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that you be having my baby, baby, free. DJ, baby, Marlon, baby. When it's a song style party, baby. It sounded real good in my ear. Keep it right there for Sam. Baby. Well, it's pursuit of party, baby. Radio Joe, do it now, baby. Dropping on the one time and then Dre do it. She wanna sip more on my living room floor. Play Nintendo with me and Nino. Pick up the phone, say Papa not home. Sex all night, I'm ahead in the morning. Hey, Booty. Give me all your love. Well, it's a subtle style party. Give me all your love. Work out. Good. Give me all your love. Love it on the one time and then Dre do it. This is how we do it.